So I can't rap, but I'm going to talk about reflections. Reflections. Dictionary.com defines a reflection as the act of reflecting or the state of being reflected. But in writing this speech, that didn't help me very much since the definition used the form of the word that I was looking up. So then I found the definition of reflected, and that was to give back or show an image of. Basically, a mirror. Each one of us gets up in the morning and looks at ourselves in a mirror. We fix our hair or do our makeup. Actually, wait, with the advent of modern day technology, we no longer need a mirror to look at ourselves. Instead, many of us use our own cell phones. And I believe a new word has been added to the teenage vernacular to refer to the act of looking at oneself by using a cell phone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's called a selfie. That being said, I'd like to take a moment now and take a reflection or selfie on stage. Graduates, please stay in your seats and maybe smile if you'd like. Oh, dang it, looks like one of you blinked. I'll make sure to post that on all the relevant social media platforms like MySpace and AOL. In all seriousness though, look at a selfie from this past year. Or if you're not the selfie type, look at a recent picture of yourself. Then find a picture from the start of your freshman year. Put them side by side and compare the changes. Compare the physical changes from your freshman year to your sophomore year. Maybe you grew a couple inches, or maybe you changed your fashion or your style. Or maybe you chopped off your long golden locks of hair, as I did. But count the physical changes that you see in yourself. Take that number and multiply it by 10. Grab a sheet of paper and number it 1 to whatever number you just found when you multiplied. Then for each number that you have written down, write down a personal or mental change that you have experienced since the start of high school. Do you have different friends? How about different hobbies? Maybe you have a completely different personality. Ultimately, with respect to time, we've changed quite a bit since the beginning of high school. I charge each one of you to look back and reflect on these changes. Don't have regrets, accept your mistakes, acknowledge your shortcomings. And then look back at what you've achieved. Look back on these 4 years of high school. The classes you took, the teachers you had, the grades you received, the projects you've completed, the activities you've involved yourself in, the challenges you've overcome, and the friends you've gained. Look back on the past. Look back on what you've learned. Look back on what you've accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, look back and be proud of the person you have become. Thank you. And now with words of wisdom, Susan Lamb, our class valedictorian.